We're here with a wild array of things that you need to plant a tree or more. So today we have wonderful things to, first of all, measure how big of your hole. Oh, I need to make a hole. Let's make sure I don't make it too big and too deep. Tape measure. Then, wonderful things to dig the hole with. We have this longer nursery spade. This allows to cut through sod fairly easily. In some soils, you might be using this to remove some rocks. It's a great little tool. I love this because it's got this great foot cushion right there that saves the arch of your foot. Then we have our standard shovel, which is also a great measuring tool to tell us that this is about right here, almost 12 inches. So you can say that you've dug a hole that's almost a foot deep because the blade of the shovel fits nicely in the hole. Then this wonderful fork right here is very useful for peeling back sod. If you're planting a hole that hasn't had the sod already sort of killed back with some good prep thought a year or so many months in advance. We prefer these D-handled holes, these handles on the shovels. It just is much better than the long handles, which are really meant for digging out of sand piles. This just gives you better leverage, so you can really kind of get a good rock out of there. This fork is also very useful for we call leavening the side of the hole, which we'll show later on. We also have our wonderful trees, of course, the organic nursery stock that we'll be sharing with you this year, which is excellent. We have some gold rush trees here today. We also have our mulch and our compost. These are key components that will go basically on the top of the filled back in soil. This is a little guide rod that sometimes if someone has planted a hole, has dug a hole in advance, let's say you're in the fall and you know where you want to plant your tree, you can dig your hole, you can stick this in this so that you don't break your ankle in a snowball fight falling in the hole you dug in November. It happens. We also have this metal conduit, which looks a bit long, but about 2 or 3 feet of this will go in the ground, and this is like the perfect post for these dwarf to semi-dwarf trees. To attach those dwarf to semi-dwarf trees to this conduit, we have these wonderful, very inexpensive rubber bands with this funny little hook on the end. These are fun, you'll see. Then, last but not least, you want to remember what you bought and what you planted, so that 10 years from now you don't go, what the heck did I put there? This is a wonderful little aluminum tag that when we write on it, it creates an embossed imprint. So no matter whether that actual ink or mark dissolves, the embosser does not. This is great. So those are the tools that you need. Oh, one more, I forgot. Very important, rodent protection. After we dig this hole and plant the tree and all the things, this keeps your trees from being nibbled in the fall and through the winter. Now this isn't something you're going to put on in the summer, except some folks like to leave these on so they don't kill their tree with their weed whacker or lawnmower. Also a very good deterrent for that. Thank you, folks. We'll dig a tree in a second.